So in this video, I'm going to show you how to finish a view. When you have two views given to you, the third view is a product of the work done with these two views. The first thing you can do, the simple stuff is I'm going to carry my lines up, and that's what your t-square is for, okay? My limitation is I can't move my t-square up completely because my little back bar is in the way. So I'm intentionally moving it a little lower. So you can project your lines to get your top view by simply carrying your lines up, just like you had done in developing your right side view. Remember this? Okay? In order to do these two views, you have to count squares. So what was the dimension? I forgot. I can't remember. What was the size? So it's 4 inches, but how many of you noticed that each square was a 1/4 inch, yes? So what scale is this really? If the drawing is 4 inches, see that 3 and 1, that's 4 inches long. Have any of you taken your ruler to it and noticed that this thing is 4 inches long anyways? So what scale is it, guys? What's the real scale? It's not square equals 1/4 inch. What's the real scale? Nope, full. Remember we had this 1-to-1 or full. Remember that conversation? We had that on a previous assignment. So you can either type in, or not type in this case, write in 1-to-1. See, like that? Or full. I don't care which. Okay? Now, I stopped myself before I went any further, and that's when I started my video. I had dragged this line. See that? I lined it up with my t-square and shot it up. Okay, how many of you have your 45-45 triangles on you? Pull them out. Because that's the solution to the next part. I'm lazy. I'm recording this. I'm lazy. And I want you to be as lazy as me. Vadim, I'm going to borrow yours. Uh-oh. Where's your angles? Okay, let me borrow them real quick. See this, guys? Each of you has one of these in your kit. If you don't, go get one. Does this look like you're in geometry class? The answer is yes. Don't they look like the geometry kits? The answer is yes. Okay? If you don't have this, Gesundheit, what do? Go buy it, get it, some method. Got it? You only need, of all things, you only need one triangle to solve this equation, this problem. Of all things, you're 45-45. See this guy? If you drop your what's this called again? T-square, remember that? Down on the paper, you can actually line up this corner. See that? And if I drew neatly enough, which I may have, we'll find out. Yes, I did. You create a 45 angle. Guess what this tells you? What do we know about squares? If it's 2 inches this way, what is it this way? Guys, look at me. If this is 2 inches, what is this? 2 inches. Because it's a square. Get it? This only works if you use the 45 triangle. This only works if you use the 45 triangle. Will this work if I use a 30-60 triangle? No. This only works if I use a 45 triangle. You can literally carry your lines up from this view. Watch, watch, watch. And wherever they intersect with this object, you can literally then take your I don't have nails. Sorry. Pull it off though. You can literally take it across and draw the lines across. It is the KISS approach to drawing. Now I accidentally held my triangle improperly, so I ended up with the wrong. Now I've got the right spot. See that? Be careful how you hold your T-square and your triangle. This has to sit cleanly on here. Remember to roll your pencil. Roll your pencil. That's how it stays sharp. Then I can draw this line across. See that? And how dark am I making my lines? Not at all. You see how light they are? That's intentional. Learn to draw lightly. Do not apply a heavy hand. Now my vertical lines are easy, as I told you before. All I gotta do is line them up and go up. So what have I identified? I've identified the perimeter of my object. Do you see that? Thank you, Button. See that? All of this is fully identified. Whoops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to move it. All of this is now fully identified. Make sure when you have pencil, what do they call it? The lead on the board, blow it away. Do not try to push it away, otherwise it's going to smear. Okay, guys? Now what did I do? I used a regular pencil, right? And I'm rolling. That's how I'm keeping it sharp. Just roll with it. And get in the habit of blowing right after you finish dropping a line. Got it? That's the way I do it. So your hidden objects are easy. They're just hidden lines. See that? You carry them up. You got it done. Done. Gesundheit. Center lines are center lines. Now you notice how they don't pop as much. They're not perfect. Of course, the ideal situation is to have two different thickness lead pencils, but in my case, I have your traditional good old number 2 pencil. Got it, guys? Okay. My 45 angle, it's called the miter method. I also call it the miser method because it's cheap, and I'm lazy and exceptionally cheap. So then I blew to clear out any of the lead on the oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Lead on the paper. Line it up. This is when you put your heavy hand in, at the end, not in the beginning. Got it, guys? It's the biggest mistake people make. They apply heavy hand the whole time, and then they're like, oh my God, I gotta erase all these lines. Well, stop doing that. Now you have, see that? We missed some items when I was sketching my basic views. Question? Okay, what did we miss? The holes. Once we put these holes into this view, then we'll be able to finish the other 2 views. Did you notice that? I didn't make a point of trying to put all the hidden lines into the views, because some objects are visible in some views, not all views. May I borrow your circle template for a minute? Because I want to show you guys. You guys have all the tools and also your eraser shield. The things that you need handy all the time. Yes.
You put the, like, you see how we can, on the front view, there's like the line on the bottom.
The front view is over here. This is the front view. Make sure you remember what the views are.
No, I mean the right view, I'm sorry.
Correct.
Yeah, the right view, that line right there, why is it not on there?
This?
Yeah, no. horizontally.
This one
Yeah.
is in alignment with its complementary
I know, but it's not on the top view.
because it's this edge. You can't see this line in the top view because it's the side edge of the part. Everything in pink was the front view. Everything in green, I'm making it green for you right now, is in the top view, which is only these objects. Your right side view, I only have green and red. No, I got a blue one. Your right side view was this. This too, because this is visible in more than one view. And this front piece. Got it, guys? So your front view also included what? I forgot to color it in. Included the fin, which we call a rib. Not my language, it's just what it's called. Got it. So your front view, now you see how all these tools that you've been ignoring to date? The circle template. What's my eraser shield for? Because you have to clean your drawing up. You can't give me a drawing with all these extra lines in it. So you use your eraser shield to clean up any excess lines without erasing away your object lines. See that? Because your next batch of drawings will be on blank paper. When you have grid paper, you can almost get away with leaving the lines there, but I'm telling you to get in a habit of cleaning it up. Erase all those lines. But when you're erasing, you don't want to accidentally erase the lines that you need to keep, right? So your eraser shield, see that, is your friend. And helping you clean up your drawing. So you turn it in without all these extra lines. The only thing right now I'm letting you leave is this guy. But all these other lines you want to get rid of. Why am I letting you leave that line? So you remember the 45 miter method. Is there anything wrong with my right side view, by the way? Any of the lines need a little work? Which line doesn't pop? The far right. So I should go back and darken it. So before you turn a drawing into me, make sure you're double checking for that. Now the circle templates are straightforward, okay? If you have your circle template, 3/4, now I originally created this on the fly, so I didn't do it correctly, but 3/4 is, see that? I used the wrong diameter, notice that? You have all the tools to draw things correctly, but when you use these tools, let me show you, you have to use them correctly. First thing you need is your crosshairs, which I have in there. Next, when you're drawing, watch what I'm doing. I'm using a regular pencil. I'm using a regular pencil. Watch. You actually position, you gotta be careful too. You position your pencil. I'm trying to do it slowly, and that's why that happens. You gotta just do this rather quickly. But you're using the edge of your pencil and you're holding it against the side wall to get the most accurate circle you can. Mine's a little messed up because I have to erase it twice because I let my pencil get underneath the circle template. So how should I draw my top 4 circles? just kind of guess at it, or should I measure? Measure. They're 2 inches apart, and there's something from the end. 7/16. Do you see that? So what's 7/16? Just look at your ruler. 7/16 is what? I'm going to do it upside down because I can measure anyway. You see the inches part down here? It's upside down. What's 7/16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. And remember I told you about do the tiki method? Do you remember that? That's all I'm talking about. Then I'm going to relocate my ruler to a 0 position, so it's 1, 2. Get it? That's it. That's how I find that position. And then what should I do? Am I done? What's the other position? 7/16 as well. And then it's 1 1/8, which means how far is it from the end? We don't know. But if I take 7, what is 7/16 plus 7/16? 14/16. And what's 14/16? Simplified. Because they're both divisible by 2. 7/8. So it's 7/8. Get it? You can do your own math. And 7/8 plus 1 1/8 is what? How do I forgot. How do I handle 7/8? What's a quick method when I'm trying to do quick math? Do I need to take 7/8 plus 1 1/8, or what can I see? What's 7/8 plus 1/8? 8/8, right? Or 1, which is the same as 1. So what's 1 plus 1? 2. There you go. So they are centered. So it's 7/16 from one side, and guess what it is from the other side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do you think is from the other side, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it 7/16 from the other end? I just proved it. You're doing it by math. The answer is yes. So that's what this is where the math crap that you guys might say, oh, this is garbage, I'm never going to use it again. This is where we use it to draw quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you have your tickies, the beauty of it is you can use your T-square to position your center lines where they belong. Do you see that? You can even go across if you want to. Not the general practice, but it's doable. Then this identifies your center lines this way, as long as you know where your tickies are. Okay? See that? And you draw them lightly. These are not the lines you make heavy, because they are not object lines. Remember, we talked about this in class already. Thick lines are object lines. These are all the other kind of lines. So they're thin lines. Now, once you have your centers, then you can pull out your circle template. What's the diameter holes? According to the drawing, 1/4 inch. So you find a 1/4 inch on your circle template. Same, as long as the little corner ticks are lined up with your center lines. See that? Then all you do is draw your circle. Go to each one. Line it up. You need your center lines in first, not second. Do you hear that? Your center lines go in first. Otherwise, you won't know how to use your circle template efficiently. Got it? That is the key. And by the way, this equipment that we're talking about is used in the field all the time. Hand sketch, do layouts. Vadim, back to you. Thank you. Okay. Now that you have these identified, how do I bring them down? Line up my sides. See that? And these are hidden lines that go down here. Hidden lines that go down here. But to make sure we know they're a circle, you have to put in the center line in the middle. Okay? They're not big, thick monster lines. Remember that. They are dashes. Hidden lines are dashes. Hidden lines are dashed lines. Then your center. That's how it looks in your front view. Now for your right side view, use the miter method the other way. You carry the lines across and down. That's how you identify where they belong. Okay? You carry the lines across. Carry the lines across. See that? See, I just did them as tickies this time. And down. Okay? Again, carry the line across. And down. That's literally how this works. Miter method's pretty good. It's a nice method to use. Lets you get done with your drawings faster. What angle is this set to? I forgot. I'm doing this intentionally. You don't do this. What's the angle again? 45 degrees. That is the triangle to use. It's called the miter method. Save yourself a lot of time. Okay, guys? I'm going to stop the video at this point. If I can reach up here, I'm too short.